Hi, I'm Glenette E. Davis, LA's health equity nurse. Welcome to your RX for Life, your prescription for life, where we believe that through having healthy conversations with amazing doers, everyday people can find the tools they need to do more, be more, and achieve more. Today, we are talking to the amazing doer, Dr. Sania Mayo. She's a psychotherapist, an author, a screenwriter, motivational speaker. She is here to break cycles, honey. She is a keynote speaker who delivers thought provoking speeches across the world. She believes that working on self first creates a domino effect that can cause others around you to change. She's an influencer like that. She is also the CEO and founder of Girls Gossip Women Network. Did y'all hear that? Girls Gossip and Women Network LLC. Dr. Mayo has created curriculum for middle school age, and high school girls where she teaches them self-love and mental health within our school districts. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this content. This is your health equity resource. Dr. Mayo, because success leaves clues, not only clues to business building, but clues to the keys of life, health, and wealth, I want to say thank you for answering the call. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for showing up. And thank you for never giving up. I'm here for this, Dr. Mayo. Can you tell us what you are working on right now?
Right now, I'm actually working on my third book, which will be released like by July or August. And I'm actually opening up Simple Solution Psychotherapy Counseling Center. So that will be open sometime next week. So I'm working on a lot right now.
Wow, simple solutions,
Psychotherapy.
psychotherapy.
Yes.
What is? Tell us what psychotherapy is, because a lot of times us as Black people steer clear from going into anything that has to do with our mind, whether it's mental health, whether it's psychotherapy, or even just talk therapy and counseling. Can you help us to understand what are some of the benefits of psychotherapy?
The benefits are everyone deals with stressors. You know, we can't get around stressors. Stressors are always going to come. So going to receive psychotherapy counseling, you can use the words interchangeably. It's like a preventative measure. It's like basically having a tool and a skill and someone there to help you along the way. Many times people think going to counseling means that you're crazy, but it's the exact opposite. People use counseling as a way to get through life. And so having that, it's like basically going to the doctor and getting the checkup. You know, something may not be wrong, but just having that balance and speaking to someone to to basically be on the right track so you don't run into those stressors and deal with them in the wrong way. They're going to come, but having someone to speak to about how to deal with it is key.
Right. So preparation is key, even in mental health. It's preparing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how did you turn your passion into entrepreneurship?
Oh, to be honest with you, I actually wanted to go into probation and work with at-risk youth. And the door kept closing and the door kept closing. And I've always been the go-to person since I was a kid, and people would always come to me for advice. And so I started thinking, what am I supposed to do? What is my purpose here in this world, in life? Because we all have a purpose. And I prayed, I went back to school, became a therapist, and it just all aligned. I'm basically getting paid now for things that I've done for free. I feel like your passion is something that you would do it even if you didn't get paid. I always give advice. I'm a humanitarian at heart. I'm always helping people. So I turned that into a way to profit off of it. And I still
Right.
do free work.
Right. Because I mean, that's all about our purpose is about working in our vocation. And our vocation really means is doing things that are just so innate for us that we never feel like we're working a day in our life, but yet we are doing things and somehow compensation comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's amazing. So what has been your greatest challenge to date?
Hmm. My greatest challenge, I always run into challenges, and I don't try to look at them as challenges. I try to look at them as, okay, this is a teaching tool. This is a learning lesson, right? Because it's always going to come. But I would say the biggest thing is people are stingy with information. They won't tell you how to do things. So that has been a challenge, but God has always made a way that he's always led me to the right website, the right research tool to just figure it out.
Right. So just letting go, because you may think that you need something from a particular person, but that person may not have the capacity to be able to deliver it to you. But then if you maybe refocus and think, and then it'll come to you from an unexpected source, so to speak.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think
So you always get what you need.
always, always. And that's even if I got to read 100 pages of something from a website, I'll do it to figure it out. And I think that the learning lesson in that is don't ever, people have information, but don't always look for people. Open up a book. One of the
Right.
things that we hate to do many times is read to get the information.
Right. Right. And everything you need is in the details, but we have to dig in there and read. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That whole reading thing, it's a lot, but the information is out there. And if someone won't just give it to you freely, then you'll have to put the time in, and that be your cost to do the work and your effort. So I understand. So yeah. So how do you balance it all? You are working on your third book right now, and in the middle of COVID, how have you been able to just balance all of that?
How do I say this and not be offensive? COVID hasn't affected me. If anything, it has actually been a benefit to me. Again, I don't look at problems as a problem. I feel like everything we go through in life, like I said before, stressors and things are always going to come. It's all in the way of how you look at it.
Right.
COVID-19 has been a huge blessing to me, and I don't mean to say that in a disrespectful way because I know people have lost their lives and people have lost loved ones, but there's opportunity in every situation. It just all depends on how you view it.
Dr. Mayo, you have not been offensive at all. And COVID-19, I think, has been a great equalizer in the work that I'm doing because it's exposing so many things that allow me an opportunity to um, insert myself into the marketplace. Yes, people have passed away. I have a lot of colleagues who are heavily affected because they're frontline workers. And I feel the same way as you. It has not impacted me in a way where it doesn't allow me to think positive and to keep focused. I can consider it as a distraction, like everything else that comes my way to deter me from my greatness.
No, I 100% agree with you. Um, it's all in the way how you view it. Like I said, we're always going to have trials and tribulations. It's going to come. It's not the problem that's the problem. It's how you view it. Even with simple solution psychotherapy, my logo is the seed, water, and the plant. And my tagline is life is simple. We just make it complicated because we do. Because the problem doesn't have to be the problem if we view it with the glass halfway full instead of empty.
Right. Do you think
There's
that
always
probably,
something there.
yes, do you think that part of the problem with the way that we think is that we feel that we are, that maybe we're people pleasers and we should feel how other people feel or be with the majority because we're afraid to kind of take a stand and stand alone in our own conviction?
I think that could be part of the issue, but I also think people try to force their views on you or force their crisis on you or force how their feelings on you. And one of my biggest things in life, and some family members don't like it, but I had to tell them like my crisis is not your crisis. Your thoughts are not my thoughts.
Mm,
Your feelings are not my feelings. Because even when I said I don't want to be offensive, because people feel like I should be feeling the same way they feel about COVID. People were saying
gotcha.
COVID is my crisis. COVID is not my crisis. COVID has been my opportunity. And so I don't allow myself to be put in a box and go along with someone else because that is their viewpoint.
Right. I love the way you think, and I thank you for sharing it because I think a lot more people need to take that opportunity and that stance to say, this is what's happening to me, or this is not what's happening to me. And you be the conductor of your own beautiful life. You fix it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what is one word of advice you would give to your younger version of yourself?
Hmm. If I can give my younger self advice, the one thing that I would give my younger self, I would tell my younger self is don't care what people think. I think it took many years to get to that place. Um, and when I was younger, I was always worried about how it was viewed and perceived. And I think if I would have broke out of that much younger, I would have been way further than what I am now. So
Right.
that's the advice, follow your dreams, your passion, and don't care what the world says. Do not care how they view you. Just do what you need to do, because I think that's huge. Many times we become complacent and we put ourselves in a box based on what someone else thinks.
That's amazing and it's powerful. I've been a people pleaser my entire life until, excuse me, I got into my late 30s and my early 40s, and I had to realize, Glenay, you've been delivered from people since 1974. So what are you trying to still stay connected to the cares of other people when, even out of love, they're holding me back because I got things that I need to do that other people may not see worthy. I'm sorry.
Okay. There's
So
many
yeah,
times people, go ahead.
being delivered from people is very important, and it is a milestone for our own maturity and growth and readiness to take on the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to be in that mindset where I just always think of Disney. Like, I don't read for entertainment. I always read to learn something. And the one thing I love to read is people's stories, because I like to see where they were and where they came. I love a good story to see someone come from the bottom and work themselves all the way to the top. And people thought Walt Disney was crazy. And I always think about that. There's always going to be people that do not understand your vision, but the vision is not for them. And if I had the opportunity to look back at me younger and tell myself that, oh, there wouldn't have been any limits at an early age.
My God, that is so impressive. Yes, yes, no limits. Because it's your vision, and everybody is not even supposed to understand it. You don't even understand it. You just know you're drawn to it and you want to chase it.
Even in the sense of this practice I'm opening up, um, people were like, well, what are you doing? Do you just want one office space? And I'm like, no, I'm about to hire people. And they couldn't wrap their head around it because of how they view themselves and their limitations on them. And I've learned, like, many times I don't even share things with people, but I also have learned that I don't care what you think, whether you're on board or off board or how you view it. But now it's funny because many people come to me and say, Cindy, everything you said you were going to do, you do. Like, you're like tunnel vision, because I no longer allow the limits of people and their thought process to limit me and bound me and change.
So that's exactly what it does. It literally keeps you from getting to your salvation and your glory, because they're like, no, don't go. Don't do that. No, stay here with us. Stay in the valley. Don't climb that mountain. It's going to hurt.
Right, right. You have to separate yourself, and I had to learn that too, with people that are not on the same course or trying to go in the direction where you want to go. You have to surround yourself with like-minded people, and people will say it's mean, it's rude, but it's not. If you're not pulling them, then they're pulling you, but somebody is pulling somebody. And so you want to
Exactly.
surround yourself with people that are either where you're at or where you want to go.
Right.
It's
Right.
motivation.
That's powerful. And it can only come from within. The crabs in the barrel mentality. You stay in the hood, you gonna stay in the hood because nobody's gonna let you out. Nobody wanna help you out.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, they get, a lot of flack for that when they do get out the hood and make things better for themselves.
Mhm.
But it's not anything wrong with that. That's a
Right.
good thing. You just look back and pull them up and understand
Right.
that everybody does not want to come out of that. But the
Right.
ones that do, help them.
Right. But the process still hurts. And so how do you help someone understand that the pain of letting go the flesh to pursue your spiritual life, like to create what it is in the visions that you have? it's a process that does hurt because it detaches you from people, cares, and things of the world.
Oh, it absolutely hurts because the people that you usually expect to be in your corner when that separation happens are usually the people that turn on you first. And it's a hurtful situation because we are taught in society that blood ties are everything. But
Mm-hmm.
that's not true. You should love
Right.
your family. But if you even look at the story, I always go back to Cain and Abel, how he betrayed and killed his own brother. And so
Mm-hmm.
we get caught up in blood ties when God has so much more for us. I
Right.
cannot look at the people that are around me because of blood ties, because many times those are the very people that hold you back. And so
Right.
I had to understand that it's not about me, because
Right.
there's so many people around you and in this world that may need what you have,
Right.
because you're like, but this is my family, but I have to help my
Right.
family, but it's
Right.
holding you back. And
Right.
so once you get past that, and I'm not going to say it doesn't hurt, because it does,
It
but
does.
once you get past that, it's so freeing, because now
Yes.
you're not bound to anyone.
Right. You're not bound to anyone. So it's a mistake to say family first because it's God first. If you put God first, then you are
Absolutely.
serving your population, and your people are also your population. And you have to move forward so that you can live in that gift and not pass away, leave this earth, and not have fed the people that you were assigned to give to.
Absolutely. It's all about, surrendering to God and allowing Him to direct your path. And everything I do, and people think this is crazy, but this is very true and dear to me. Every day I get up, I ask God, what are we doing today? It's not about me. Who do you want me to encounter? Who do you want me to speak to? Who do you want me to come across? Because I never know who I may be a blessing to or who may be a blessing to me. And I try to look at every day like that. What is my assignment for today?
So, Dr. Sania, you are filled with love, and I thank you for that every morning. I thank you for it. So, what's one question you wish people would ask you more often?
Hmm. How I'm doing. And the reason why I say that, I think, is when you are an encourager and when you are a giver and when you have the gifting of lifting everyone else up, people forget that you're human.
Right,
They never ask. It's just
right,
always, what can they get from you?
right,
But they never think, let me check on this person.
right.
They just think, well, I haven't heard from you. You haven't, because I'm the type, I send out encouraging messages. I'm always
Hmm.
uplifting people. That's just who I am. I can't
Yes.
help it. But sometimes it hurts and it stings a little when, you know, people are only concerned of how you can help them versus a simple text, how you doing, it goes a long way.
It
So
does.
if I had the questions that I would want people to ask me, is just, how are you doing?
Hmm. So, where's your office at, Dr. Sania? Where are you opening up your office at?
In Rancho Cucamonga, California. And I'm
Lovely.
going to have a grand opening and all of that. And I cannot wait. I'm actually right now in Upland, but next week I'll be in Rancho. And so
Okay.
I'm super excited. It's a blessing in the making. It was a wow planning, but I'm finally here, and I'm so thankful that, it manifested. We
Uh-huh.
plant the
So,
seed and then we just watch it grow.
yeah, well, please invite me. I would love to come and celebrate
Oh,
with you
absolutely.
there.
I didn't know you were in California.
I am. I am in Studio City.
Oh, okay, okay. Absolutely. I'll definitely invite you to the grand opening.
Great. So Dr. Sania is working on her third book right now. And I actually, what she doesn't know is that I will be purchasing the a transitioning of a butterfly for myself and a listener. What can we expect to get out of that book, Dr. Sania?
Which one?
Transitioning of a butterfly.
Oh my God. It's a page turner. And I'm not
Uh,
being biased because it's my book. So I told you before, I don't like to read for entertainment, but everything that I write is going to entertain you, but it's going to be learning lessons. So it's about a 16-year-old girl. There's so many different characters that overlap, but she deals with molestation. It's about loss. It's about colorism. It's about socioeconomic status. It's about suicide, mental health. There's so many things packed in this book that you will walk away from. And my goal is always, again, to entertain, but leave you with something to ponder about, to make sure that you look at it like, how can I benefit from this to better my life? So transition of a
Wow.
butterfly, you're going to see her transition into a butterfly.
Wow. So what's butterflies are very impressive. Quickly, when I was about 9 years old, I was in my grandmother's mint garden and I saw a caterpillar and I thumped the little cocoon that was hanging there and a butterfly flew out and it scared me to death. Sania, I was afraid of butterflies until I was in my 30s. I have been through so much trauma in my life and I realized that it was because it was easier for me to crawl than to go into my darkness to transform.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to go through the hurt, right? Nobody
No.
wants I mean, it's a hurtful process. But I always tell people that you're going to go through it either way. The question is, how do you come out of it?
How do
Because
you come out? You can't stop
because
from going in.
you can't, because the Bible even tells us you will experience trials and tribulations. It's going to come. And so many times what people do is they run from it, they self-medicate, they avoid it,
Wow.
but you're gonna go through it. The question is, how do you come out and how soon do you come out? Because
Right.
we dictate and control how long we stay in that thing based on if we
Just
learn or
us. Yes. Yes. We gotta get the nugget, relax through it, trust the process. Because we do dictate how long we stay in that cocoon, in that darkness, that abyss.
yes. So
Oh, this has been amazing.
get the lesson and get out. I don't like to repeat things over and over and over and over. So when I don't have to put my hand on the stove 10 times to know it's hot. So I try to get the lesson quick because I don't want to repeat the lesson again.
Right. So the transition of a butterfly will be available. I will be reading it, and I will also buy a lucky listener a copy so that they can read it as well, so that they can know how to get in and get out and get on with life.
Yes.
Oh
Transition
my
of a
goodness.
Butterfly is my favorite book yet, and I've written four, but that's my favorite of all. That's
Wow.
my favorite book.
Wow. Wow. So Dr. Sania Mayo wants you to be encouraged. So tell us how to find you.
I'm on all social media platforms, Sania Mayo, SANIYYAHMAYO, on all social media platforms.
Okay, you guys heard it here. I will leave her contact information and transcript. Is there any last things you would like to offer? Any last words of advice for your listeners today?
If I can give any advice, I would always say believe in yourself and know that you are worthy. And if you have a vision, attack it like never before.
Man, go after it. So follow your RX for Life here on YouTube and Instagram for live interviews with amazing doers like Dr. Sania Mayo, also for group trainings and health equity plans. This is your workplace healthcare education. We are healing our broken places. Until next time, everyone, please take care of yourself and be well.